Okay, now we're going to start part 2. So now I have 3 new beakers here that have distilled water in it. And I'm going to add an Alka-Seltzer, half of an Alka-Seltzer tablet to each beaker. Alka-Seltzer is citric acid and sodium citrate. So it is a buffer solution. And we take it when we have acid indigestion or don't feel so good, we ate too much. It's to help settle your stomach. So once it's done bubbling, I'm going to add some universal indicator to it. And we're going to see what color the Alka-Seltzer solution is before we add it to it. So let's add 1 dropper full of universal indicator. Each of our beakers, that's about 1 milliliter. And you should see that it is, let's give it a swirl, make sure it's all mixed up nice. It is orangey. So it is slightly acidic because here was our neutral water, which is yellow. If you look at our chart here, it is kind of orangey. So it's like maybe a pH 5 or 6, something in that range. Okay. So now we're going to add some hydrochloric acid, 1 molar, 1 milliliter of it to the center beaker here. So 1 dropper full, which is 1 milliliter. You see it turns red. And then as it reacts, it turns back to orange. Do you all see that? Let's do it again. Turn red. So you see this kind of reddish, and then swirl it. It'll turn back to orange. Now, eventually, if I keep adding enough of the acid, I will break the buffer and it will turn red, stay red. So let's try to break it. So the breaking is when you exceed the buffering capacity. And now, see, now here's our control. It is more red, which is similar to what we had here. But initially, when we added the acid, it went back to being the orange color because it was buffered. Now let's try the same thing here with sodium hydroxide, which is a base, 1 molar, I'm adding 1 dropper full. If you look closely, right now it's still yellowy orange, but when I first add the drop, where it falls into the solution, it turns a blue color. I don't know if you saw that or not. So let's just keep adding it and try to break the buffer. Eventually, it will start to turn a basic color. So if you look at it now, compared to our original one, it's not the exact same orange. So let's keep going, or actually let's save some time. I have a bottle of sodium hydroxide. Let me just pour some in. So now I broke the buffer here. If I swirl it up, see it gets a little bit lighter. It's still buffering a little bit. If I add some more, I will exceed the buffering capability of it. You see now it's starting to get dark again. So take your observations and